Hello everybody, Wild Bill for America here. I did a video back a while about the politics of child snatching, and I was stunned at how many Americans came forward with stories of their families being torn apart by false accusations of child abuse. As a law enforcement officer, I knew 20 years ago that the Child Protection Services often commit child abuse in the name of stopping child abuse. Nobody wants children to be abused, but these left-wing child savers are destroying families on a whim. Forcibly taking a child from their parents should be the last resort and only in accordance with the Constitution. Children are being snatched not because they have been physically abused. They're often snatched because they might be under some kind of emotional distress, and that is outrageous. Now, as a lawman, I saw domestic violence agencies packed with liberal, man-hating feminists who seem to get perverse pleasure from destroying anyone who was of the gender that they hated. And I suspect that in a similar way, Child Protection Services are now packed with liberal activists who believe they have a holy calling to save children from homes where they might be raised with traditional values, especially Christian values. And their agency gets $20,000 a pop for each child they snatch. Gee, what could possibly go wrong there? That's right, the federal government provides funding based on the number of kids taken. How would you feel if the cop working in your neighborhood was paid $100 for every ticket he wrote? Now, I'm going public with this because I see child snatching becoming a favorite tool of the left to silence Americans who stand against liberal agendas. And yes, the public schools are in this up to their goofy eyeballs. The accusations that are made against people are often ridiculous and the investigations unprofessional. Some have all the marks of political revenge on Americans who have spoken out against government corruption. Patriotic Americans, beware. Child snatching is a vicious weapon that we need to expose. And I'm joining forces with a very respectable man and his wife who are going through this nightmare right now. They are innocent of wrongdoing and they're willing to fight. Sadly, many families are forced to plead guilty to crimes they did not commit just to get their families back together or to get their traumatized children away from government child abusers. False accusations of child abuse destroys good American men and women, and we need to stand against that. Stand by, people. There's going to be more on this. And as soon as the children in question are back with the parents, we are going to launch a nationwide pushback against those who commit child abuse in the name of preventing child abuse. We are going to need the names of abusive child services workers, and we will be looking for a coalition of law enforcement, attorneys, churches, and people who can provide funding to stop family abuse by outlaw government agents. This is Wild Bill for America. Thank you for watching, and America bless God again.